Even after more than 20 years, GTA San Andreas is still filled with strange details, hidden mechanics, and things that simply make no sense. Today, we're going to take a look at 30 weird things you may have never noticed in GTA San Andreas. First, this pole near the Vinewood sign has a really strange secret. Somehow, you can stand on a completely invisible surface above it, and the platform is surprisingly huge. There's enough space to walk around, and riding a motorcycle while performing a burnout, leaving a mark on the transparent surface, or even land a plane up here. And when you look at it from a distance, the plane looks like it's flying high up in the sky, doesn't it? Next, bring a jetmax onto land by any method you want and place it near a building. Then, grab an RPG and activate the infinite ammo cheat. After that, keep firing at the boat until you manage to push it upright against the wall like this. Once it's in position, shoot it again, and the jetmax will start spinning around in this completely ridiculous way. Just remember, this only happens when the frame limiter is turned on. Next, have you ever noticed that when CJ stands underneath a bridge with traffic passing above, the drivers will start honking and yelling at him as if he were blocking the road, even though CJ is actually beneath them? To prove it, I used a no-clip mod to get a better view.
Hey, what's the holdup?
As you can see, the drivers suddenly stop even though there's absolutely nothing blocking the road in front of them. Next, recruit one Grove Street member and drive him to any store. Here, I'm taking him to this one. Park your car beside the store's entrance.
Hey, CJ, what are you doing, man?
Then get out, so your homie gets out as well. Lure him away from the vehicle.
Hey,
get back inside.
Watch that.
And quickly exit again, just as he is about to enter the car. Immediately run into the store, come back outside, and get back to the car. Something very strange will happen after you inside the car.
Hey, speed it up.
But the glitch becomes even crazier if you use a saddler. The car will suddenly launch high into the air like this.
We flying now.
And your homie will die when he finally hits the ground. Next, activate the rainy weather cheat near this police station. Then walk toward the front of the building. Somehow, the visible rain suddenly disappears, leaving only the dark sky and the raindrop effects hitting CJ's body. If you leave this area, the rain becomes visible again. But as soon as you step back inside, it disappears once more, as if there were a giant invisible roof covering the police station. Next, head to this bridge. You can see its location on the map in the bottom left corner. This Bluetooth bridge has a strange invisible surface running along its side. You can actually stand on it and use it as an alternative path to cross the entire bridge.
Device is ready to pair.
You can even ride a motorcycle across this ridiculous bridge. Next, most of you probably already know about this race. Start the event, then swim ahead of the other competitors as quickly as possible. You can use a mod, or take a motorcycle along another route to reach the bicycle section before them. Once you arrive, throw every bicycle into the water except for your own. Then, wait for the other racers to reach the shore. When they finally arrive, they'll start experiencing this really weird glitch. Next, after you die and respawn at the hospital in Los Santos, try entering this cheat code. This is the cheat used to spawn a rhino tank. However, if you activate it in this exact spot, the Rhino will be launched high into the air because the game's physics can't handle the overlapping mass of the two vehicles. It can fly incredibly far into the sky, and sometimes it even disappears completely. Next, take a look at this small circular road. For some reason, after the NPC drivers leave this area, they immediately turn around and enter it again even, though they just passed through it. I honestly have no idea what these NPCs are scripted. They simply keep driving along the same road over and over again. Next, stealing cars and motorcycles is completely normal in this game. But have you ever hijacked a helicopter while it was still flying through the air? Well, you can actually do it here. Simply wait for the helicopter to fly close enough, and then you can take control of this strange, pilotless Bluetooth helicopter. Next, use a flamethrower or Molotov cocktail to create a large fire in the path of an approaching pedestrian. Strangely, the NPC can walk straight through the flames without taking any damage. I have no idea how this happens. They should catch fire like this, right? Next, at this fountain in Bone County, you can find several photographer NPCs taking pictures of it. If you scare them by firing a weapon, they'll panic and run away. Strangely, instead of escaping the area, they'll just keep running around the fountain in an endless loop. As long as you continue watching them, they'll never stop or get tired. Next, try blowing up a motorcycle being ridden by an NPC, either a regular pedestrian or a police officer. After the motorcycle is hit by a second explosion, it will sometimes rise into the air and remain floating like this. And apparently, this doesn't only affect NPC motorcycles. Somehow, my own bike started floating as well. Next, head to this bridge. You can see its location in the bottom left corner of the map. This bridge has two strange problems. First, you can walk straight through one of its supports and even enter the ground beneath it. Second, if you try to jump and climb on top of it, CJ will suddenly die in this completely ridiculous way. Next, during the mission, The Green Saber, a shootout takes place underneath the highway while CJ is trying to rescue Sweet. First, you'll have to fight the first wave of blues. Once you've defeated them, a van will appear. If you start shooting it, the van will strangely lift off the ground and spin around like this. Next, head to these small houses near this destructible billboard. You'll find several of them lined up next to each other. If you look closely, you'll notice that this house has a fully 3D door model. Strangely, every side of the door uses the exact same door texture. Next, this billboard in East Los Santos has a strange problem. It can only be seen from one side. When viewed from behind, the entire board becomes completely transparent and invisible. However, from the front, it appears normally and has a plain wooden texture, almost like an empty billboard that hasn't been used yet. Next, hijack a car with an NPC passenger inside, but make sure the passenger doesn't get out while you're stealing it. Once you succeed, quickly drive the car into the water. After the vehicle sinks, the passenger will get out. However, something weird happens. The NPC will keep running in place like this, even though their health is already completely gone. Next, bring a motorcycle to this atrium and park it near the side entrance. Enter the building normally, but immediately turn around and leave as quickly as possible. As soon as the door begins to open, get back on your motorcycle and drive straight through it. This allows you to enter the atrium without using the yellow marker. However, the interior is completely empty and none of its surfaces are solid, so you can fall straight through the floor. Next, ride a BMX and head to the police station's underground parking garage. Make sure you've activated the cheat that gives bicycles an extremely high bunny hop. If you perform a bunny hop in the basement and hit this specific part of the ceiling, CJ will suddenly die for no apparent reason. Next, ring your bicycle bell repeatedly in front of the police, and they'll keep raising their hands to mock CJ, making them look incredibly dumb. Then, charge a bunny hop and release it just as an officer tries to stop you. Somehow, the officer will be launched into the air and fall like this. Next, bring a helicopter to an area filled with tall trees like this, then land it beside one of them. After that, slowly push the helicopter toward the tree trunk. You'll notice something very strange. Regardless of which type of helicopter you use, it can pass straight through the tree as if the trunk had no collision at all. Apparently, the helicopter can even pass through the nearby fence in the same way. Next, park your car here at the edge of the dock, right beside the water. Then, provoke an angry NPC and lure them toward your vehicle. Make sure the NPC pulls CJ out through the door facing the ocean. Once CJ is dragged out, he'll somehow end up beneath the surface of the water. From here, you can walk around and even drive vehicles underwater as if you were still on dry land. Next, at this dock, pay close attention to the cars passing through this gate. If you look carefully, the right side of each vehicle clips straight through the gate's wall, even though it should be completely solid. When we tested ourselves, the wall has collision and cannot be passed through. Somehow the NPC drivers can clip through it, but we can't. Next, enter a suburban clothing store and walk toward this mirror. Strangely, CJ has no reflection at all, making him look like a vampire. Only the weapon he is holding will appear in the mirror. Even vehicles are completely invisible in the reflection. Next, during the mission Just Business, you'll have to fight the Russian mafia inside the atrium. After you've cleared out all the enemies in this area, a cutscene will begin. If you activate this cheat during the cutscene, something extremely weird will happen. Big Smoke will get off the motorcycle, but the bike will continue driving by itself. The same thing also happens to the motorcycles chasing you. They'll move without anyone riding them. Pretty weird, right? Next, take this garbage container in Angel Pine and use a forklift to place it onto the back of a DFT-30 truck. When you drive the truck away, the container will remain floating in exactly the same spot, even though there's nothing supporting it anymore. And finally, there's a truck in the game called the Benson, and it comes in several different variants. If you destroy the rear doors of the furniture version, you'll discover that it's carrying several chairs. The version without any branding is completely empty, while the one labeled Shady Industries contains several crates. But the weirdest one is this variant, which is carrying nothing but a single tiny potted plant. Surely they could have just shipped it through a regular delivery service. Is this some kind of extremely expensive plant?